Yo, what is good? No Fear people, No Fear fans. Oh man, thank you so much for tuning in on this video right here. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there in the world. Man, I am back at y'all with another, episode, man. So yeah, I would like to take this time to say, please, if you are a new viewer, please hit that like, comment, subscribe, share. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, y'all. Let's get into some, Thanksgiving conversation, yo. Like that's what I'm about to do for y'all. So I'm about to give y'all start the first part of this video. I'm about to give y'all like just my favorite, just top table scenes in film, right? Whether it's movies or TV shows. That's what I got for y'all starting off on this video. Then I'm gonna get into some questions and stuff like that from people. So ladies and gentlemen, first part of this video, I'm about to give y'all, a little bit of, my favorite just table scenes in film, whether it's movies or TV shows. Now, what I mean by table scenes, I mean just scenes where, people are at the table, whether it's dinner table, coffee table, don't matter. If there's a table involved, I'm going to just put it in here, in my top, just films of table scenes. Now, I'm not going to give a whole description of these movies, right? But I'm just going to give y'all a little bit background on the conversations and stuff like that, or whatever's happening in these table scenes. So that's what I'm going to do for y'all right now. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, first on my list is a movie called Reservoir Dogs, directed by Quentin Tarantino. Now, I love this icon. This is the opening scene of this whole movie. Now they're at the coffee table, and it's a circle camera just going around the whole cast. Crazy cast, by the way. And they're just having a genuine conversation about stuff we just have today. And I think what I like about this scene is that the conversation, first and foremost, they're talking about tipping. That's what the conversation is about at this table scene. You got majority of them, tipping is a hard, being a waitress is a hard job. And then, you got that one person is like, tipping is not for me. If a person really deserves it, now I'm not going to give y'all my opinion on it. All right. I'm not going to give y'all my opinion on tipping and all that other type of stuff. I do believe in tipping, just so for anybody that got something bad to say about it, or any of those that's like, oh no, he don't believe in tipping. No, I believe in tipping 100%. But what I like about this part the most is that Quentin Tarantino, first and foremost, he does a great job on conversations in film. Like, this conversation in his movies really is just good. At time, it's like, damn, they was talking about that then. Here we are today. Still, there's a big conversation on tipping, the waitresses. It's an automatic to tip. You need to tip them this amount. You need to tip them this percentage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's really what I like most about this whole scene is that, damn, we still, like, back in that time, they was having that conversation. Here we are today, still having this conversation, tipping. And man, it's just really iconic how it was shot, how it was done. Reservoir Dogs, it's just a film, about, these, bank robbers and stuff like that. And, none of these guys know each other's, actual name. And, they all got code names, the code names are colors. So, all of them is just having this conversation about tipping, man. And it just goes it's a real unique conversation. You see, a lot of people's different, points of views and, like that, especially even today, a lot of things were said that people would agree with today, people would disagree with. So that is number one on my list, y'all. Reservoir Dogs, the opening scene. If you haven't seen that movie, please check it out. Like I said, these are not in order. I'm just naming off stuff. Now, I'm gonna go with more comedy version. Indiana Jones, right? Where they go to, I think, India. where they go to India. Now, a lot of y'all know the whole scene where they go to the dinner. They're, invited into the house. They're looking for these stones and stuff like that for the tribe. And, they get themselves caught in a pretty bad situation. And that bad situation starts off with them at the dinner table. Here they are bringing out, food and stuff like that. Well, what you think is food. Well, what a lot of people probably would call food. Hey, no disrespect, but what's on this table is weird. They bring out a snake. Man, at that point, they like, okay, yeah, we are in the wrong house. And next thing you know, a whole lot of other stuff come. When they bring the snake out, they cut the whole snake open. You see black little leeches and I don't know what you call them exactly. Y'all, please comment on what those black, like, I don't know what those things are. But they look creepy. They're slimy and just, you see a dude across from them just having the time of his life and really enjoying it, asking them why they're not eating. It's like, bro, this food is not normal. Stop playing with us. And yeah, man, that whole scene was just funny and scary at the same time because it's like, yo, where are we right now? Like, why are we here? Like, yo, we are in the wrong house. And this scene is just really like comedy to me. I've always been a fan of that film right there. Like, kind of really only that one for the most part when it comes to Indiana Jones. But yeah, man, that whole scene right there was just funny. And it was kind of, when I first seen it, I don't remember the first time I seen it. It was just really unexpected. I was like, okay, they brought out a snake. Okay. Then when they cut the snake open, it's like, whoa. Then they bring out these big ass like bugs and stuff. I was like, bro, wait, what? Then they bring out, for dessert, they bring out monkey heads or monkey brain. It's like, wait, what is happening? So that whole scene was just, crazy. And it was just funny to me. Gentlemen, I'm going to go with the first one. First and foremost, Eddie Murphy is such a legend. Him playing all them kids, what was it? The dad, the mom, professor, I think it was the brother, then the grandma. Eddie Murphy played, I think, 5 or 6 characters in one whole dinner table scene. Like, man, that whole scene was funny, it was pretty much a whole dinner scene about, losing weight and all that other type of stuff. The dad talking about he don't understand why people trying to lose weight. Fat is beautiful, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And, Professor Clump, and it's just like, he's on the verge of, just like, oh, hey, dad, this is healthy for you, this is bad for you, et cetera. You should do this, do that. And he's on this whole verge of creating some type of formula so you can lose weight in like a kind of like fast way, like real fast way. And, the whole scene was just crazy. The whole battles between, the dad and the grandma, their beef was just crazy. Eddie Murphy playing both of them characters. That's really what I like most about this whole dinner scene is like, yo, imagine like, yo, how long it took, to film this whole scene. I saw the behind the scenes on how they did it was crazy. But yeah, just a very funny, iconic moment. But even in Nutty Professor 2, the Clumps, you see another scene like that, where they go to this like diner and, it's pretty much the same thing. So, but yeah, shouts out to, to Eddie Murphy for even doing that, man. I know it was a very hard job to do, but yeah, what I like most is, like how he did that and the way they delivered it was very iconic in my opinion. Very funny. And to play all them roles in one scene, that's not easy. So yeah, man, that's really why I mentioned this movie. If you haven't seen it, you obviously been living under a rock. Yeah, fix that and watch this movie. Boys in the Hood, right? Now when I say Boys in the Hood, y'all probably like, man, what the hell table scene or dinner scene he talking about? Now I said in the beginning, if there's a table involved, I am going to mention it. All right. Now, the scene towards the end where Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett, they have a little meeting at the little diner place or whatever. It was like a little fancy little restaurant or something like that. And, they're having a conversation about their son and, with his future and all that other type of stuff. Lawrence Fishburne is on the verge of, like, he's grown now. He can make his own decisions. Angela Bassett is on the side of, he's still my son, et cetera, et cetera. I want him to come live with me, and that's final. I missed the years of him growing up, et cetera, becoming a man. And, I want those years back in a, sort of type of way. And I think what I like most about this is that, you got two iconic. I think Angela Bassett is probably the greatest actress of all time. That's a whole nother video that I can make. I can make that argument about her being robbed for a lot of roles. But like I said, I'm gonna make another video for that. What I like most about this is that, because this movie was like a build up for another iconic movie that I have that I'm going to mention right after this. This movie, Boys in the Hood, was made in 1991, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 91. And that whole scene was just very good because that's a real conversation, that, two co-parents, just have in general, whether it's the mom raising them first or the dad raising them first, et cetera, et cetera. And, Angela Bassett, she kind of takes lead in this one. And what I like most about this is leading into the next film, which is What's Love Got to Do With It, which was made in 93, is you see these two, like, roles, like, just pretty much reverse. She was kind of like in control of the conversation and like Boys in the Hood scene. Then the iconic scene and like the where they were at the at the diner and What's Love Got to Do With It. That whole scene where, anime, eat the cake, eat the cake. It's crazy. And it's just really iconic on how, like, you see their roles reverse. Angela Bassett was in control. Like I said before, I'm repeating myself, my bad. Was in control of the conversation in, Boys in the Hood. And it goes in reverse mode, and 2 years later, and What's Love Got to Do With It. Now, What's Love Got to Do With It, they're playing pop stars, rock stars, and all that other. Tina Turner. And, Lawrence Fishburne is playing Ike Turner. And, if y'all know the history of those two, I'm not going to go into full detail of it, but, they're playing those characters. And, they're at this diner or whatever the hell. Ike, he high, he drunk, mostly high, on some heavy drugs. And, he decides he wants some cake. Cake comes to the table. He eating it for breakfast, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all know. Most of y'all know. And yeah, man, he's trying to get her to eat the cake. She's not having it. So he takes the cake and just pretty much tries to force her to eat it. Next thing you know, man, the friend jumps in and she get all smacked up, do a whole backflip. It's not funny, but oh my God, man, that whole scene is iconic, but crazy. And next thing you know, man, the friend is warning her, hey, you gonna wake up one day type stuff. And, when they sit back down, I think it was Ike's, I think it was like his home, like his best friend and like his, I would say like maybe his security in a way. He's just like, Anime, eat the cake, please. Let this man shut up and just eat the cake. So that's a real iconic, line right there. Eat the cake, Anime. Just eat the cake. Like a lot of people are using that in songs, a lot of other movies and stuff like that. But that whole scene was funny. And it is just legendary acting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go to a TV show. I don't know if any of y'all have seen The Bear. It is a show called The Bear. It's on Hulu. Please check it out. Very, 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 very great. Great show. I want to say it's season 2, if I'm not mistaken. Or season 3. I think it's season 2. Damn, or is this? Okay, whatever. I'll probably just edit. When I edit this, I'll correct it and put it at the bottom. But anyway, season 2. Now, there is a dinner table scene. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, there is a dinner table scene that is just so legendary, in my opinion. That should be talked about more. To say this, because I was trying to look up the uncle, my bad, or whoever, or the boyfriend of one of the, I think one of the aunties or cousins or something like that. But anyway, I'm gonna just say the mom, which is played by Jamie Lee Curtis, right? Now she is legendary, right? You know, she can act her ass off, especially in like whew. Now, there is a scene because she's a drug addict, she's an alcoholic, a whole lot of stuff, and she gets really pissed off really easy. And when she gets pissed off, you best leave the damn room. It's a thing where you're not supposed to ask her, is she okay? Somebody ends up asking her, is she okay? Well, oh my God, when I tell y'all all things break loose, all things break loose. This woman ends up running a damn car through the house. Like, that is how, like, you know, crazy she is. I didn't want to use the word crazy, but it's just like, it's insane. But y'all, like, yeah, like I said, without explaining, because there's a lot going on. Because if I explain who this person is, I'm going to have to go into their backstory and et cetera, et cetera. But matter of fact, I'm going to do that for a different episode. But y'all, I'm going to just tell y'all, please, please, please check this whole, like, this show out. And you will love it. I promise y'all. The Bear, it's on Hulu. If you have Hulu, check it out, please. But yeah, y'all, but I can't give too much, you know, detail about, because I'm gonna have to explain every other character, right? And then, you know, that's gonna be a whole lot of stuff, and then I don't want to confuse some of y'all. I'm gonna just keep it real short and sweet. This whole scene is this is the most intense probably table scene I've seen in any film or any show, and the tension is high from the beginning, yo. Like, it's insane. But this scene, just like I said, ends. This whole scene ends with the mom running a car through the house, her own house. So that's which you don't see it coming, because when I seen this scene, I was like, wait a minute, what just happened? She ran a car through her house. Like, wait a minute. And then she's laughing about it. And then she ends up laughing. I'm like, bro, wait, what? No way, bro. But I love this show. That whole scene, that whole episode, man, was just very good. But I think it's like season 2, like maybe episode, like, I don't know, 5 or 7, one of them. But y'all gonna see it. Y'all see these pictures and stuff like that I got pulled up. So yeah, y'all, man, that's what I got for that. That's my last one I got for, you know, just iconic scenes and moments in film. Like I said, without too much description about the movies and stuff like that. Just kept it short and sweet for y'all. But yeah, y'all. So last I got, second part of this video, y'all, I got is, you know, questions that I, you know, got. So without further ado, please, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, comment, subscribe, share. I would really appreciate it. Let me know what y'all think of those movies that I named. Please don't have a Thanksgiving like that. You know, keep it peaceful, you know, as much as y'all can. You know, I know there'll be a lot of tension between family members. So yeah, y'all, please, you know, hey, be safe. You know, don't do none of this stuff, and don't talk about none of this stuff at, you know, y'all gatherings. Hopefully y'all don't. But all right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see, maybe about 2 days ago, I made a little poll, or I made like a little little poll thing, or whatever you call it, on Twitter and on Snapchat. And, you know, I just asked people, hey man, what's some questions y'all got? You know, so I got a couple questions, you know, that I'm gonna just answer for y'all, that some people, you know, wanted to know. So first things first, the obvious question was, what do I want on my plate for Thanksgiving? So I'm gonna give y'all okay, when it comes to Thanksgiving, I'm real simple. I'm gonna tell y'all my likes, right? I'm gonna tell y'all my likes. Now, what I like some good mac and cheese on my plate, right? I like some greens on my plate. I like I like some green beans on my plate, right? I like some I like some ham. I really don't like pork too much. I'm getting out of pork, but ham, I do love me some good ham, man. Some good ham is fire. If depending on who makes it, it's fire. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else. For dessert, I'm pretty simple. I'm not a pie person, y'all. I know a lot of people probably gonna be like, "What? You crazy?" I'm not a pie person. Now, here's where things really about to get sticky. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm not really a dressing person. I'm not saying dressing is nasty. It's just not really for me. It's just, I don't know. Dressing it just look like some stuff. It just, I don't know, man. It just look like somebody just threw that together. It just look like some jail food to me. And it just don't look appetizing to me. It's just, I used to like it, as a kid growing up, but I'm not saying it's nasty, but it's just not really for me. Like, I'm not going crazy over it, but I recognize it for what it is. A lot of people like it, so I respect it, right? I must just say that about dressing. Y'all, please take it easy on me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about dressing. If y'all agree with me or disagree, don't matter. Turkey, right? Turkey. I'm not really a big turkey person either. Is it nasty? No. Is it what I prefer? No, as well. Have I had it before and it was good? Yes. Yes, I've had turkey before and it was good. Yeah. I've had turkey before and it just wasn't really all that great to me, but as well. So I don't know. Turkey, it just really depends. I guess I just grew up out of it. I would just say that. I just kind of grew out of it. Y'all, some people probably gonna be agree, or some people probably gonna just chitlins. I'm not a chitlins person, y'all. I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not. Let me know what y'all think about chitlins as well, because that's a big topic. People talk about around this time of year. So let me know what y'all think. Cranberry sauce or whatever. I'm not a cranberry person either. It really, never was. Never was my thing. Never was. Had it once and it was just like, kind of spit it out actually. So not really for me. Yams. I'm not a yams person either. Yeah, I'm not a yams person. I know I'm naming off a lot of stuff that I don't like, which is a lot of it is the primary Thanksgiving food, which I would say the top two are turkey and dressing, which is the two number one things on Thanksgiving that people will like. I know, right? I know I'm naming off a lot of stuff, but it's like, it's like I said, turkey is not nasty. It's just something I'm not really, same thing with dressing. I'm not saying dress is not nasty. It's just something I'm not really going for, Some good macaroni and cheese, I'm going for hard. Some greens, I'm going hard for. Green beans, I'm going hard for. Ham, I'm going hard for. Those things I'm going hard for. So that's what's gonna be really on my plate, y'all. Like I said, but yeah, that's really what I would, go, just the things I would go hard for. Like, this better be fire or I'm gonna be mad. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, then y'all, I'm gonna end this video off with this question someone asks, is that what are you thankful for? Ladies and gentlemen, I am thankful for a lot of things. I am thankful for this channel. I'm gonna start off with y'all, man. I'm thankful for this channel. I'm thankful for all of y'all that are viewing this, that like this, that comment on this. I'm thankful for, all the subscribers, man. Thank you. I'm thankful for, the little bit of subscribers that I do have. Thank you, everybody, man. I'm thankful for my mom, my brother, my sister. I'm thankful for all my family and all that type of stuff. I'm thankful for, I'm happy. I'm thankful for a lot of small things. I'm happy, like I said, I'm happy to be alive. I'm thankful to wake up every day, to be able to walk. I'm thankful. There's a lot of things I'm just thankful for. I'm thankful for, being able to make money. I'm thankful because a lot of people, don't have that ability. I'm thankful to, man, there's a lot. I'm just thankful for life in general, thankful for everybody that's in my circle. Like I said, but yeah, man, let me know what y'all think and y'all opinions on all of this. Let me know in the comments what y'all thankful for, y'all family or whatever, y'all loved ones or whatever. Happy Thanksgiving to every last one of y'all, man. Like I said, I'm thankful for everybody that's subscribed to this channel. I am thankful for, I'm thankful for a lot of things, as I've said already. But yeah, y'all, I would really be thankful if you're a new viewer, hitting that like, comment, subscribe, sharing. Please, thank you so much. I would really appreciate it. And love y'all. Stay fearless. Be safe. Happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, y'all, enjoy your day with family, friends, and be safe again. And as I've said before, talk to your family, have great conversations, reunite with each other, and yeah, that's all I got, y'all. My bad. I try to go a little deeper. I try to go deeper than that, but hopefully that was deep enough. Pause. But and yeah, y'all, man, just be safe out there, man. Love y'all. Stay fearless. See y'all next time.